If you put a 401k, a Roth IRA, and an HSA in a room and asked a financial advisor which one to fund first, most of them would, after some hedging, point to the one with the weird acronym. That's not because it's the trendiest or the easiest, it's because an HSA, in tax terms, does something no other account in America does. It gives you a tax break 3 times, going in, while it grows, and coming out. No other account, retirement or otherwise, has the government quietly stepping out of the way at every single stage. And yet, most people who have one treat it like a glorified medical piggy bank, draining it the moment a copay shows up, never realizing they're sitting on the most tax-efficient retirement vehicle ever created. Let me unpack what's actually going on. An HSA, or health savings account, is a personal account you can open if you have a specific type of health insurance called a high-deductible health plan, often shortened to HDHP. The name sounds intimidating, but it just means a health plan with a higher-than-average deductible in exchange for a lower monthly premium. For 2026, your plan qualifies as an HDHP if it has a deductible of at least $1,700 for individual coverage or $3,400 for family coverage. If your insurance fits that profile, you're eligible to open an HSA at most major banks or brokerages, and once you do, you can start putting money in.
How much? For 2026, individuals can contribute up to $4,400 a year. Families can contribute up to $8,750. If you're 55 or older, the government lets you toss in an extra $1,000 as a catch-up. Some employers also contribute to your HSA on your behalf, which is essentially free money, and you should grab it the same way you'd grab a 401k match. Now, the triple tax part, which is the entire reason this account belongs in any conversation about retirement. First tax break? The money goes in pre-tax. Whatever you contribute lowers your taxable income for the year, exactly like a traditional 401k. Drop $4,000 in, pay taxes as if you earned $4,000 less. Clean and simple. Second tax break? The money grows tax-free. Most HSAs let you invest the funds in mutual funds, ETFs, or index funds, just like a brokerage account. Whatever growth happens inside the account, dividends, capital gains, compounding interest, the IRS never touches it. Compare that to a regular taxable account where you owe taxes on dividends every year and capital gains when you sell. The HSA lets your money grow undisturbed for decades.
Third tax break, and this is where it gets unusual. When you pull the money out for medical expenses, it comes out tax-free. Not tax-deferred, not taxed at a lower rate, tax-free. The government takes nothing on the way out as long as the money pays for a qualified medical expense. Stack those 3 together, and you have a unicorn. A 401k gets you the first break, but taxes you on the way out. A Roth IRA gets you the last 2, but not the first. Only the HSA pulls off all 3. That's why financial planners quietly love it. Here's the part that turns it from a medical account into a retirement account. Once you turn 65, the rules shift in your favor. Before 65, if you pull HSA money out for something that isn't a qualified medical expense, you owe income tax on it plus a 20% penalty. After 65, that 20% penalty disappears completely. You still owe income tax on non-medical withdrawals, but at that point, the account functions identically to a traditional IRA, a bonus retirement account hiding inside what looks like a healthcare account. And if you do happen to have medical expenses in retirement, which statistically you absolutely will, those withdrawals stay tax-free forever.
Picture how this plays out. You're 30. You start contributing $4,000 a year to your HSA. You invest it in an S&P 500 index fund. You don't touch it. Any routine medical bills come out of your regular checking account instead. By the time you hit 65, that account, growing at roughly 8% a year, would be sitting at around $700,000. Almost $750,000 in tax-advantaged retirement money on top of your 401k and Roth IRA. Built inside the same account most people empty out every December. Quick interruption. If you're getting value out of this, drop a sub so the next one finds you. The trick to making an HSA actually work as a retirement account is to not use it for medical expenses while you're young, even though you're allowed to. Pay your copays, prescriptions, and dentist visits out of your regular bank account. Let the HSA money sit and compound. And here's the clever piece nobody talks about. The IRS doesn't put a time limit on when you can reimburse yourself for a qualified medical expense. So if you spend $400 at the dentist today, save the receipt. 5, 10, 30 years from now, you can pull $400 out of your HSA, tax-free, and call it a reimbursement for that dental visit. Some people keep a folder of medical receipts going back decades for exactly this reason. A personal slush fund of tax-free withdrawals they can tap into whenever they need cash.
Of course there are catches. The biggest one is that you have to be on an HDHP to contribute. If your employer doesn't offer one, or you genuinely need a low deductible plan because of chronic health issues, the HSA route doesn't work for you. High deductible plans are a real gamble. You're betting that your medical costs will be low enough that the lower monthly premium more than offsets the higher out-of-pocket exposure. For healthy people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, that bet usually pays off. For someone managing diabetes, cancer, or a complicated pregnancy, it can backfire badly. This isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. The other catch is that once you enroll in Medicare at 65, you can no longer contribute to an HSA. You can still use the money you already have in there forever, but the contribution window closes the second Medicare kicks in. The prime saving years for this account are between when you start your career and when you hit 65, roughly 40 years if you're playing it right. A few other things worth knowing. Your HSA is yours, not your employer's. If you switch jobs, the account moves with you, exactly like an IRA. You can roll it to a better provider with lower fees and better investment options at any time. Most default HSA providers, especially the ones bundled through employers, charge ugly monthly fees and offer terrible investment menus. Fidelity, in particular, offers a free HSA with no minimum balance and access to solid index funds, and you can transfer your existing balance over whenever you want.